What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of PB&J. I got Brian and Jesse with me, and this last weekend was WonderCon. Brian and Jesse couldn't make it, but I was able to go, so we'll kind of go over what I saw, and I'm sure these guys have plenty of questions of what was going down. So what's up, guys?
Did you see any hot cosplayers?
Dude, there's so many cosplayers. We'll talk about that. Like, it was through the roof this year. I've never seen that many cosplayers at WonderCon.
Yeah, for me, I was at the Capitol, and I went to a basketball game, and they still have a lot of cowbells there. So if you follow on Instagram, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Or if you know about basketball, you'll know.
Yeah, cowbells. There's only one team that has cowbells.
Yeah, and they have a giant one that they ring at the beginning of the game. Like, you don't see it on TV, but that's like their thing before they start the game.
Was it like super? It was like loud and annoying, or was it cool?
No, it's fake. Like, you don't hear it.
Oh, okay.
Pump in some like bell sound.
Yeah, so I went on Saturday, and to elaborate more, Jesse, we want to know, the fountain area in front of the convention center, and that's
usually where they take a lot of pictures.
Yeah. Well, this year, I mean, there were hundreds of them out there. Like, it was hard to walk. That's how many cosplayers were out there. And then to the left, there's like a walkway, like a pathway through like trees and stuff. And they were all setting up under those trees because it's cool lighting. And they were all set up with like professional, like they have the lights, the professional lights they put out there and the light reflectors, and then like a photographer. And they were setting up all on the walkway, so you couldn't walk that way. Like, we were trying to get to the restaurant at the hotel for lunch. You couldn't walk that way because there's so many. And then people were going in and taking pictures with them, and it was crazy. Like, I hadn't seen that many cosplayers before at WonderCon. Like, it went like, I remember last year I was like, oh yeah, there's a good amount, but this year was like, it just shot through the roof. So I mean, I saw like everything. I saw, well, of course, Harley, right? That's your favorite. Harley's everywhere. A lot of Black Panther, of course. That's the big one this year. And I didn't see him, but someone I saw online that someone dressed up. It was the Pink Panther, the cartoon Pink Panther, but it was black. Like, they colored the so it still looked like the Pink Panther. That was funny. Of course, Superman, Batman, all that stuff. But it was crazy. There's so many of them. They were out there all day, and the cosplays are really good too, like really really high level. So I know, you can find professional cosplayers on Instagram and stuff, and you can tell that it was them because they would take like the really professional picture, and then you can see them right on their phone real quick, right? Like, trying to post and everything. But they all had like they had their lights and the reflectors and a photographer with like legit cameras, like kind of Brian has, and we're taking professional shots. And also, like, if you went upstairs to the pad, like the second level, to go to the panels, they were all out there on the patio, taking pictures with the city behind them and stuff. So it was crazy. It was next level.
They usually hit those two spots up, the bottom for the water fountain, where they group up, whenever they have the group photos, or like you said, like somehow on the outskirts of the top. So like you said, they can get the Anaheim background and stuff.
Yeah, I know, it was crazy.
It's funny because most of them didn't get to Comic-Con this year, so they're like, oh well, we can't do Comic-Con.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know if this was more than I don't know if this is like I don't think it's more cosplayers that go to Comic-Con because because Comic-Con's so big, everyone's spread out, so it's impossible to see all of them. But like, here, they're all condensed in one spot. So I doubt it was more than Comic-Con. That's impossible, but it just seemed like there was a lot more because they're all in one spot. And in order to hang out in front of the fountain now, you have to have a badge. You can't just be a cosplayer just walking around like Brian's favorite attendees.
Hey, that sucks because you're not.
It doesn't suck. What are you talking about?
The fact that you need a badge to be able to post pictures with the rest of the other cosplayers.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta have a badge now.
Well, you shouldn't be even allowed access, like, outside of the area. Like, it should be a fake fence or something, like a check-in area. Because then you have all these random people just show up, who didn't get a ticket. They just hang out outside.
Sounds a lot like our president. Why don't you go ahead and keep those other people on the side of the wall?
Yeah, you remember
you just have to buy a badge. That's it.
Yeah,
it's not that hard.
Yeah, and it's WonderCon badges. They're easy to get. They didn't sell out until like Friday. But Jesse, last year at Comic-Con, we had to scan the badge.
Yeah, the RFID tag.
The RFID. So now those are posted outside of the right in front of the water fountain. So like that little area where they have like the food trucks. Yeah, like right in front of that area. There's the scan. They have the setup there, and that's where you scan in and stuff. And then on the side by the pathways and everything, so you can't walk around over there without a badge. Which I was like, yeah, Brian would be happy. Comic-Con, it's all right, because Comic-Con, you just need to scan to get in the convention center, so you can still walk around in front. But not at WonderCon.
Yeah. Wait, does that mean... I'm just thinking, so you still have access to the hotels then?
Yeah, you can go to the hotel. Well, yeah, you can go to the hotels. It's just when you leave the hotel and get to the convention area, that's when they have the badges. So that was... that's the first thing I noticed when I got there, and then... I went Saturday. The first thing I went to the arena, and they were screening the new Batman Ninja, the anime. I don't know if you guys seen commercials for that.
I've seen headlines for it, but I haven't seen how it looks or anything. So is it done by an anime studio or what?
Yeah, it's like a collaboration. Like they got like a bunch of the top anime character designers and stuff. To do it, and the animation itself, what makes it look good is that it's 3D models, but they have like the cell shading, so it looks animated, but it looks really good. And that movie was insane. Like, it was totally over the top anime Japanese. Story didn't make any sense, but it doesn't matter because everything looked cool.
All the girls have big eyes.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like Batman and it's like Batman, all the Robins, Catwoman, and then all the villains got like transported to feudal China. Like they got time traveled back in time. They get stuck there, and then they have to fight the Joker and stuff, and then time travel back. It's just insane. The story's insane, and it's super goofy. It doesn't make sense, but the action scenes were like, it's insane. And so I would recommend it when it comes out to check that out. It's just, and then it has all the anime like. There's like the little monkeys that are little cute monkeys that are like in every anime. They're in these movies. Mech, they have a giant mech for Joker makes a giant mech in feudal Japan. You're watching, you're like, hey, that's cool. You're like, I'm down. I don't care.
Wasn't there a ninja movie? Another ninja movie like this had Teenage Turtles.
Oh, but way better though. That one. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that one.
So they let you screen the whole movie?
Yeah, the whole movie. They screened the whole movie. They were like, hey, we went to the arena at 10:15, I think it was, and they were like, all right, thanks for coming. Boom, played the movie.
They do that every year, though.
Yeah.
They always have a movie, but they usually do it on Friday night. So.
See, and also on Friday night was Suicide Squad 2. Ooh. Yeah, Hell to Pay, I think it's called. They screened that Friday night, and then Saturday morning was Batman Ninja. So they actually screened 2 this year.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I was like, I might do that on a Friday.
Yeah.
Do a screening. But then they redo the screening. Well, I don't know if they do it at WonderCon, but Comic-Con, they redo the screenings that they do usually on Fridays, whatever, Thursdays. I forget which day they do it on Comic-Con, but then they redo them on Sundays. Yeah,
they did the same. Yeah, on Sunday they played both of them again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you missed them for the Friday and Saturday, you can go on Sunday and check them out. So that was really cool. Yeah, I'm really WonderCon's. I kind of like that. It's like a tradition. Like every Friday, for WonderCon, they play the newest DC animated movie. I don't remember what was last year's.
The Robin one. Was it the one where it's him against the sun?
Oh, Batman versus Robin. It could be. I don't remember.
It was against Damian. It was. I thought it was that one.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it's cool. I like that they do that. And then at Comic-Con too, they do the same thing. They have on Friday nights. They show the latest animated DC movie. And I actually saw the new Batman one that was just released like a month or two ago. Gotham by Gaslight, and that one was it's Batman. It takes place like Gotham is like Victorian era, and Batman's hunting Jack the Ripper.
Wow, that sounds cool.
Yeah, the comic is cool, but unfortunately the movie isn't. The movie's really slow and it's not very good.
Which is weird because a lot of times they really do a good job about having good animated films.
Yeah. This one just didn't. It didn't quite get there. I watched it and then I was thinking. I watched it on Friday actually, and I was like, this is kind of weak. And then my roommate watched it a couple of days later, and he was like, hey, dude, this one sucks. I was like, okay, good. It's not just me. But luckily, I got to see Batman Ninja, so that made it a lot better. And then let's see. After that, I stayed in Arena for a while. The next thing they showed was the panel for Ready Player One that comes out. I think it's out already. I think it came out today, which was really cool. They had all the actors. Spielberg wasn't there. Like Brian, you said he was at the march.
Yeah, I think he was in DC or something for the march, somewhere in one of the cities, maybe in LA. I don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah, he was busy.
Yeah, so he wasn't there, but the actors are there, and it was really cool. It was actually a really cool panel. They were, the actors and the writer of the book. They were telling stories and about how, like, since the whole movie is CG, what they did was they actually built them in VR. They actually built them a real Oasis. And so before a take, they would put on the VR goggles and they would look around and they would see what the room looks like. And then they would take the goggles off. And then since everything was green screen, but they already had a general idea of where to go and where to walk and stuff. So they would have they would know what it is they're seeing rather than just green screen. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Was the author of the book there too, or he wasn't?
Yeah, he was there. Ernest Cline was there.
Okay.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a pretty funny guy. And they were saying how, like, Steven Spielberg is like the greatest man ever. Every time he talks, everyone's just like, "Oh, Steven, tell us more stories. More stories." Well, okay, I'll tell you about the time I was on the Blade Runner set and, blah, blah, blah. No way. Everyone's just amazed and in awe of him and stuff. But, I was really looking forward to the movie, but after seeing that panel, I was like, all right, cool. I'm really looking forward to go see it. Did you guys read the book or no?
I read it.
You read it? Jesse, did you read it or no?
I haven't, but I've had a few customers come and request it. It's actually very popular, but it's with the movie coming out, it's like one of those highly requested books. So it's like you better just go buy it.
Oh yeah. It's cool because it's an easy read and it's like it's not that long, right, Brian? Maybe 300 pages.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long. You can blast through it in a weekend. But it's really fun though. It's a fun book to read and with all the nostalgia in it and stuff, it's pretty cool. Everyone will be like.
I've seen some of the like trailers, and I can see like kind of some video game stuff like I mean like I can see the connection to the video game stuff. Like, oh, that looks like that. That looks like that.
Yeah, yeah. So anyone who who is big on geek culture, nerd culture, they'll geek out in that book reading. Oh, I remember watching that show. I remember when they played that game because the book talks about everything, movies, music, everything from the 80s. And the movie looks exciting. The movie looks good. They showed some clips and stuff, and nothing we haven't seen before. It was just the trailers again, which was fine since the movie comes out. It came out this week. I didn't need to see any behind the scenes or anything. I'm just go check it out. So that was that movie, and then after that, they had the new Lost in Space show, and they played the whole first episode. And I didn't think they were gonna do that. I thought they were just gonna talk about it, but they played the whole first episode for the new. That comes out next month, I think, the new Lost in Space, and it was actually pretty good. I don't know if you guys seen any of that, the promos for that.
Mm-mm.
No.
I don't even know.
Is that based on the older show with the same title?
Yeah, it was in the 60s.
No, no. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I mean, they even made a cheesy movie about it.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that with the dude from Friends, right?
Yeah. Not the Blanc was one of the pilots or whatever.
Yeah, I've never seen the old show, because obviously it's in the 60s, and that movie stunk. That movie wasn't very good. So just a little while ago, just a couple weeks ago, I saw a trailer on Netflix for. I think it was on IGN. They showed the trailer for New Lost in Space, and I'm like, oh, that looks pretty cool. And I looked at it, and okay, and then. The panel. I was the only reason I was sitting through the panel was because Walking Dead was next, and I didn't want to leave, so I just stayed there. And they showed the whole episode, and it was actually pretty good. They're really high production. Netflix put a ton of money into this into the show. Like the CGI looked really good. The location they were at, it's supposed to be on another planet. It looked great. The acting was good. And it has little kid actors. Little kid actors it's always hit and miss with them. But no, they were pretty good. So. After seeing that, I was like, okay, I really wasn't gonna watch the show. I was probably maybe during the summer when there's no shows on. I was like, okay, maybe during the summer when it's in between basketball season and football season, I got nothing to watch. I'll watch it. But after watching that first episode, I was like, all right, cool, I'll check it out.
So the kids, how young are they? Because in the show, I think that the youngest one maybe around 10, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah. They're about the same. He was about 10, and then there's two older sisters, and they look to be around 14, 15.
Okay.
So they about stays the same, yeah.
But wasn't the show, I'm like you, I kind of maybe saw one or two episodes or something, but it wasn't one of those things that was before my time. But just general knowledge, wasn't this like they were continuously in space because you said they're in a planet?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the original show. This one, it looks like they were on their way to a new planet to colonize, and they're on a giant like space station. And there's like it gets hit by meteors and stuff, and it goes off course, and a whole bunch of families just eject, and they all land on this planet. And so there's this family, the Robinsons, and then they show like previews and stuff that there's other families on the planet they got to go find, and then maybe try and get off the planet. But the main space station looked like it was destroyed, so they're probably gonna be there a while. But it was pretty cool though. I mean, it says high production value. The acting was good. The story was intriguing. So I'll watch. I'll give it a few episodes and see if it stays that way.
What about the robot? Because you obviously know what the robot looks like, the original robot. What does the new one look like?
Oh, the new one looks like he kind of reminded me of the Sentinels in Days of Future Past, the big black ones. Mm. He kind of looks like that. He can like change his shape and stuff.
Huh. And
his face it wasn't really a face. It was like a red light, like a red visor with a light on it. So really modernized.
Yeah, because the other one was kind of big and clunky.
Yeah. He was just like those old 50s, 60s style Robbie the Robot.
Yeah.
And it was funny too, like before when I saw the trailer on Netflix, I showed it to my dad, right? And he was like, Lost in Space? What? Wait, when is this coming on? I'm on Netflix. Oh, I got Netflix. That was his show when he was growing up. So he was like, no way.
That was his A-team.
Yeah, exactly. But he was like, oh, what the heck? When's it come out? I'm on next month. Okay, I gotta get Netflix. Then he asked my stepmom, okay, sign up for Netflix? I don't know how to do it, so you do it. My dad's a trucker.
Have them give me a call.
Yeah. My dad's an old school trucker guy. Him and technology they don't mix. He has a flip phone and no internet at the house, no Wi-Fi. He still reads the newspaper. And he always texts me sports news a day later.
Well, at least he texts you.
Yeah, but it's real like, did you see the Laker game? Like really? Because it's a flip phone, so it's not like a keypad.
Yeah,
you have to hit like the button 3 times.
Yeah,
get,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so his texts are always super short. I'm like, just call me, dude.
Like just Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. His character limit though is like 30.
So you're saying that most of this was already in the arena?
This is all in the arena, yeah. And then the next panel, which was really cool, I was excited about, was Fear the Walking Dead. This is the first year AMC has been WonderCon.
Yeah.
And so Friday, I think they had an Into the Badlands panel, and then Saturday was Fear the Walking Dead. And they had pretty much the whole cast except Madison and Nick, because they were actually filming scenes. So they couldn't come.
And the reason they're pushing it, I think, is because I think they're seeing loss of viewers. Because I've heard people complain like, oh, it's not like Walking Dead. They're comparing it too much like The Walking Dead. And now they're introducing Morgan.
Yeah.
And you guys heard that there's that in special theaters they're gonna do the season premiere and the season finale at the same time.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool, but I think it's just their whole thing. They're just
we lose Jesse.
Get the same.
Jesse, we lost you for a little bit.
Oh, that wasn't important.
Yeah.
But what I was trying to say is just that I think that they're just trying to push and market the Fear of Walking Dead because it's not as popular as The Walking Dead.
Yeah, and I think they're really pushing the Morgan thing. Like, hey, look, we're crossing over. Yeah, so he was there. Morgan was there. It's funny.
I remember you being in a panel with Kirkman, and they're like, will there ever be a crossover? And he's like, no.
Yeah.
They straight out, but straight.
Yeah.
Because technically, Fear, their timeline is ahead, right?
Yeah, the Walking Dead is supposed to be a couple years ahead, so there's gonna be a time jump because they're gonna catch up for Morgan to get there. So it looks like there's gonna be a time jump sometime during the season to catch up.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean we'll see what they work, and one of the audience members during the Q&A asked them, he goes, so how are you guys gonna handle this time jump? And then the showrunner goes, well, see, the thing is, on the show, we have a time machine. The problem is it only works in real time, so you have to watch.
If you don't watch, Morgan can't make it to LA.
Yeah, so it was pretty funny.
Are they still in Southern California or like in the southern western area? Because in the last, I remember they're coming back to the U.S. But
Yeah. It looks like this season. They're gonna end up in Texas.
okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I can remember if they were going to Texas or Arizona.
Yeah, so they're gonna end up in Texas. So he'll go from the Walking Dead. They're in what, Virginia? Where are they now? So he's
in Washington D.C. area.
yeah. So he's gonna have a trek to get back there, but they did show some clips of him though with the other cast members that look really cool. Like I'm pretty excited for it.
They obviously have a time machine and a teleporter.
Yeah. So yeah, and then it's funny too because he's British. He's talking. He's like, oh hey, yeah, my name's Lonnie James, and he talks all real soft spoken like that. It's pretty funny.
Anybody ask questions? Because this was just Fear Walking Dead, right? It wasn't Walking Dead as well.
Right.
But nothing about Maggie.
No, they didn't bring anything up with Walking Dead, and Kirkman wasn't there either. So. Nah.
So he could be held accountable for his comments.
Nah. Well, he wasn't there. It was just the showrunner, some of the writers, and the director. But no Kirkman. And Brian, you're way behind Walking Dead, right? Aren't you a few seasons?
Yeah, I still haven't seen Glenn die yet. I just saw him die like under the trash can, but then he came back like in the next episode. So that's where I left off pretty much.
Yeah. So, let's see. That was a cool panel. And then after that panel, I've been in the arena for a while, like maybe 4 or 5 hours. So I was like, all right, we got some lunch. So we went to that restaurant. Jesse, you know the restaurant, the one we always go to at the motel or the hotel. And they tricked us. We went to get lunch, and they're like, oh yeah, if you guys get an entree, you get a free dessert because you're at WonderCon. And we're like, oh hell yeah. So we sit down to eat, and then we order burgers. But it turns out that the entree is a whole other section of the menu, the more expensive one. And they're like, oh no, this one we have to get like the crab. And I'm like, oh man. Burger was good though. It was a burger with brisket on it, so it was good. So we weren't complaining about that. But their
food's pretty good. It's just expensive.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you guys didn't do the food trucks.
You know what? We were thinking about food trucks, but then Rick wanted to get some drinks too. So
I see.
yeah, so we went inside and we got food. We got a couple of drinks while we were chilling there. And
yeah, because the cool thing about the restaurant, you get to chill. It's air conditioned.
Yeah.
You get down.
And then
versus outside food trucks, you're like looking for somewhere in the sun to look.
Yeah.
To sit.
And then also sitting down there, it's a good view there too by the bar because like all the cosplayers are there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we saw some really good Ninja Turtles walk by. We saw Rick from Walking Dead and some zombies, and then there was this girl. She was dressed as a Disney princess. And she was just drunk as shit.
Maybe she was a hooker.
Yeah, she just fit right in. Just walking around. I'm just cosplaying. What are you talking about? Yeah.
It's like, wait, this isn't my bra?
Yeah. And it was like 5:00. She was drunk. She could like barely sit down. They had to help her up. It was funny.
Should text me.
Yeah.
I would have gone there.
Let's see.
You should have just been there in the first place.
Yeah.
But I was working. On Saturday, I was working. I'm doing a responsible thing.
Yeah. For the first time in years.
Yeah, stupid stuff. Bills and responsibilities. Now I can't go with any cosplays or parties or whatever I want to do.
There was one out here not so long ago, like a month or two ago.
There's been a few going on. I haven't been able to go too far.
What's that? Gas is too expensive?
Yeah. And you know what kind of car I'm driving.
Yeah, I know. The freaking beast. You got a beast over there.
Yeah. It's like before, everything's 30 minutes away. Now everything's 300 miles away.
Yeah.
At least someone up north still has access to like the nearest Best Buy. I gotta drive 20 minutes to a Best Buy. What kind of bullshit is that?
Amazon.
You don't have one in your city? You gotta go to the city over or what?
Yeah, I gotta go to Palmdale. We don't have a mall in Lancaster. We have shopping areas. I mean, we have like 2 Walmarts in Lancaster, but So that kind of tells you what kind of area I live in. But there's no mall here. I mean, we have a Costco, but there's no actual mall. I have to go to Palmdale.
There's still like a Circuit City around there, right?
They haven't figured out that they closed yet. No one's told them.
They're like that guy from The Office, from Office Space.
Oh yeah.
Is it like that guy? They're like, we just, no, don't tell him, no conflict, just let it go.
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
So other than the arena, I mean, there was no other big panels over there that you kind of saw, or?
Yeah, the one panel that you'll be interested in because it has to deal with our boy Kevin Smith. There's a group of it's funny because they're Irish actors and filmmakers. They're making a movie about Kevin Smith making Clerks, and it's called Shooting Clerks, and I
think I've heard of it.
Yeah,
I didn't know that they were Irish.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's not a documentary. It's actually a movie. Like there's actors playing Kevin Smith and his friends.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Kind of like a biopic.
Okay.
But it's super indie. There's no money, and the actors are terrible. So they were showing clips from the movie, and I was like, "This is really bad."
Maybe they're doing it to get funding from Kevin Smith.
I don't know. They do have funding for it. Because they did, I guess originally what they were doing were little clips of the Kevin Smith shooting Clerks and Mallrats and all that stuff. And then he liked it because, of course, it's Kevin. He loves everything. And so he got a hold of them, and now they're filming the whole movie. I mean, not a whole. They're filming the whole experience of him filming Clerks, and it's like him when he's young and when he first meets Jay, and when he goes off to film school for a semester and a half, and then he comes back and then starts filming it at the quick stop where he worked out and stuff like that, and just hiring his friends. But the acting is so bad, and I get it. They're trying to be indie and stuff, So like the video quality is bad, the audio quality is bad, but so they're like, oh, we're doing indie style like how he did Clerks, but I'm in my head I'm like, yeah, but Clerks is good, like the
storyline was at least good, right?
Yeah. So they showed a few clips, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Their heart's in the right place, but and then afterwards they were driving from Anaheim. They were going to head up to L.A. for Babylon. So they're yeah. So right as the panel ended, they're like, we got to go. Then afterwards, I was talking with Rick. I was like, hey, that looks really bad. He's like, oh yeah, it's terrible. I'm not watching it. He's like, I would watch Clerks and I'll imagine the behind the scenes.
Well, who knows? Maybe Kevin Smith's a really good editor too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, he's just that guys. I'll take it from here.
Yeah. And all of a sudden now you have extra reshoots with him and Jay.
Him and Jay, yeah, they show up. All of a sudden the budget goes up. Everything looks better.
He's like, I got money now, bitches.
Yeah. But it was funny. I mean, they're talking about it and they're all hyped for it. And they're like, oh, Kevin loves it. And we're running everything by Kevin. Jay saw a screening and Jay loved it. He was saying how everything's real and it all really happened. And I'm watching it like, this is, I don't know.
You're like, dude, Kevin Smith and Jay have boring lives.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Some things should just not be made into movies.
Yeah. But, so that was the last panel we saw of the day. And then we walked around the floor and stuff. And I noticed that they opened it up a little bit more. The floor is bigger this year. The north side of it, they opened up. And they even opened up, they had the panels on the second floor and the panels on the third floor too. So it's getting bigger. I would say it's probably like, I don't know, maybe 10% of Comic-Con now. Like
any fails? Like, like they fucked up on something, or because I mean, obviously they're learning from Comic-Con.
Right, yeah, with the whole RFID thing and stuff. No, nothing.
They started it. Well, they started it.
That's right, they did.
They were the testing ground for that.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering if they have anything where like they try to test something for Comic-Con and
they were testing random autograph signings online. So when you go to the website and you would sign, let's say autograph signing for, I don't know, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let's say he's there signing at 4. You would enter into the waiting room, kind of like the badges, and then it would be all random, and then you would get the ticket to go and get your autograph. So that was new this year, and I'm not sure how smooth that went. I have to check to see if there's anything fell apart because of it. But that was a new thing they were testing.
Because before you just stood in line and the first 10, 15 people you automatically got in. That was it, right?
It was.
So now they're doing like a lottery system.
Yeah, it was, and then they changed it to where you would stand in line, go through the line, and then when you get to the front, they had a bag, and you would reach in and pull out a ticket, and the ticket would say yes or no, and then you would go through, and you go through the line a few times. So
Magic ball.
Yeah. So it was like halfway random. So now they're going completely random online, so you don't have to do that. You don't have to go stand in line. You just do it online right there. So that was a new testing thing. Like I said, I'd have to check. I have to go back and see if it was smooth or if people were pissed or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. That was pretty much my whole day. I think we got out of there about 9 after the Kevin Smith panel because that was pretty late. And it was cool. WonderCon's cool. It's real chill. It's real relaxed. There was a lot of good panels this year. Last year, I remember it was like not that great. This year, though, the arena was pretty big. They had the movie showings. Like I said, the cosplay stepped up. They got a little bigger. There were some panels I wanted to see, but they were on the same time as the arena stuff, like Bat in the Sun. You know, Jesse, you know those ones. The Bat in the Sun, they do the fights. Yeah, where people vote online. They'll put up a poll and say who would win, Gambit or Nightwing, and people would vote online, and then they would make a whole fight scene. They would act it out, and it's really good. And the production is really high. So they had a panel, but it was going on at the same time as I think Fear the Walking Dead. So I couldn't go to that one, but yeah, it was a lot of cool stuff this year. So it was kind of cool because last year's was a little weak, but this one was a lot better. I think WonderCon, I mean, it's been here. I think this was the 6th one. I think the 6th one's been here. So it's not going anywhere, and hopefully PSX stays here forever. Right, Brian? It stays here in Anaheim. They get stolen by.
No, they go back up here.
So for those who don't know, WonderCon was a big convention in San Francisco, and it was there for years. And then it came down once for Anaheim, and Anaheim just stole it. It just stayed here. PSX has been around about 3-4 years now, and it was traveling around the country. But now the last 2 years has been in Anaheim, so I'm hoping that it just stays here, so I don't have to travel. Make Brian do it.
Yeah, it's okay though. I don't mind going back. Gives me an excuse to go back.
Yeah, you get to come out here. But yeah, but the only thing with WonderCon is you don't have to go more than one day if you don't want to. You've seen most of it. Rick, my cousin who goes with us to Comic-Con, he went on Friday and Saturday. And he was good. He was like, I don't have to come back Sunday. I would have gone Sunday if you would have been able to make it. I probably would have gone too, but I didn't have to at the same time. When you said you weren't going, I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. But it's a real chill convention. It's, for those who are just a little overwhelmed from Comic-Con, and it's just too much. You just want to go and just walk around. WonderCon is a place to go. It's not huge. It's not small like Long Beach. Long Beach is a really tiny convention. So it's right in the middle there, and there's a lot of cool stuff. So you'll have fun for the day. And then, of course, being in Anaheim, there's all this kind of, Disneyland, all stuff's right there too. So,
listen, if you guys ever want to venture to actually go to the show, if you ever want to do Comic-Con, the best advice that that John ever gave me was you need to do WonderCon first, and do a smaller Comic-Con first. And I think that 1 year before I did Comic-Con, I did. It might have been the first year that they did WonderCon here actually.
Yeah, I think it was. It was, yeah, same year.
Yeah. So it's an experience. It's pretty cool. I mean, and so it's. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's nothing like Comic-Con because Comic-Con is so much better. But at least it gives you a kind of like a taste of what to expect. The cosplayers, the sitting around in panels, the waiting in panels that you don't want to be to get to a good panel. So there's lots of learning experience that you do from going to WonderCon or even Kamikaze, which is now LA Comic Con, and some of these other cons. you want to do these smaller ones just so you kind of get a taste if you ever want to do the big one. If you want to do the big one, it's kind of like training.
Yeah.
You want to do the small stuff first and then go big. But yeah, definitely, I love WonderCon, even though I missed it this year. I like going to it because it's kind of like filling a craving until July.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're already anticipating like, oh man, I've already taken the week off from work, blah blah blah, and like all these cool things are going to show up in July, and this is just kind of like a little filler. This is like and I can't wait. Now we got 2 more months or something.
Yeah. It's like we're almost there. We're halfway there.
Yeah.
Like it's only now it's only 4 months away, so it's like yes, we're there, and our rooms are booked and badges are sold, and we're now like you said, it gives that little taste. It gives it scratch that itch for a little bit.
Exactly, and then it's not super expensive. It's not Comic-Con prices. So, and then like you said, they don't really sell out till maybe like the weekend of.
Yeah.
So you can always do like last minute, and even if you just pick up a Sunday pass, I think that if you're into the culture, if you're into cosplay, if you're comics, or just the film industry like that, I think you'll enjoy it. And it's funny because you were saying that there was a lot of cosplayers, but I find it funny because usually this always lands around Easter time, and this I think is the first year it doesn't land on Easter, right? Right.
Yeah. Because that was another reason I couldn't go on Sunday was my family would always have an Easter thing going on, so I wouldn't go. But this year it wasn't. It was the week before, so if I wanted to go on Sunday, I could have. And I wonder too.
Maybe that's why there was more people this year.
Yeah, I think that, and I wonder if that's also why they were able to get better panels. Like people, they're busy. People are busy. Even if they're big Hollywood directors and stuff, they want to be with their families and stuff too. So I'm wondering if that was a big reason for them to move it up a week, and because definitely the programming this year was definitely better than last year. Brian, you went to WonderCon, right?
Yeah, I've gone. Yeah, like every year since they came down, since they were there. I mean, before I moved up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love going to that one. It's just like you said, very chill. There's a lot of space because it's not crowded or anything, and they have some pretty good panels. There's always like at least one pretty big like Hollywood movie that's there, or Hollywood studio that's there. So it's for sure. It's worth checking out.
Yeah, I think they had Pacific Rim there a few years ago, and that first year we went and had Prometheus. Remember?
Yeah.
That was huge. I was like, oh man, Prometheus is here. WonderCon. That was the first year in Anaheim. That was great. I forgot about that. Yeah, because
was that the year that you met my sister, Brian?
I don't know.
Weren't you in the car when she puked?
No, I was not there. No, I didn't.
Oh no! Oh, I thought you were. Okay.
No, was it Matthew or Eric?
No. It was. I know for sure Peter was there. I thought you were there too.
You told me about it after you parked. You were like, "Dude, my sister just puked." I didn't see it.
No. I thought Brian went with us too because we had to go back to work because he thought he forgot his wallet.
Yeah, that did happen, but I don't remember the puking part.
Oh, maybe you didn't see it. Maybe you walked away because she didn't puke until we got out of the car, and because we had bought breakfast on the way.
Yeah.
And she had taken advantage that mom wouldn't let her drink soda, and so she drank orange soda or something, and then with eating breakfast in the car and drive out of the car, she just immediately puke. So you might have taken off because I remember when we got there. It might have been you. You were walking towards to see John because we had just seen John or something off the street or something.
Yeah, I think I was walking by. Yeah, because back then that's when we were parking at my buddy's house. He lives right behind the convention center. At the time, so we just parked at his house and walked around. But his complex really got strict after that, and they started putting signs up. No WonderCon parking, you'll be towed. So it's like, okay, fine. We just park. I just park at the Garden Walk and walk over.
Yeah, that's what we did last year.
Yeah, that one time, like the guy was like, "Hey, do you guys live here?" Like, and we just ignored him and just walked out.
Yeah, when I parked, I was just telling him. Yeah, when I parked, I was telling him, "Oh yeah, no, my buddy Mo lives right there. I'm going to go hang out with my buddy Mo." Yeah, now it doesn't work anymore. So we just parked by Garden Walk. I think it's cool because then we walk back to go Garden Walk. There's a bunch of restaurants right there. P.F. Chang's, Bubba Gump, and we'll just grab something to eat and chill for a little bit. And everyone else, we can see everyone else in the morning trying to park in the convention center, and they're like, they were guiding people to go park at Angel Stadium and shuttle them back. Yeah, and I'm like, Garden Walk's right there. It's right there on the corner. Like, no one knows to go park there. So maybe I'll be ruining it by saying it, but we went to Garden Walk and parked, and it was half empty. They don't care. Garden Walk don't give. They don't check.
You gotta pay for Garden Walk anyway, don't you?
Yeah, you pay anyways. Like, it was like $15. So
yeah, so they're gonna make their money either way.
Yeah, so they don't care. But that's our WonderCon tip. Go park at Garden Walk. And it was freezing cold on Saturday, and I left my jacket in the car. And I was like, oh,
yeah. I think the arena is a little chillier anyway.
Yeah, it was cold, and then like I said, we left like at 9, and we started walking back to the car, and I was like, oh man. My cousin was like, you're dumb. So I froze on the way back to my car. But yeah, no, that was my WonderCon Saturday. It was pretty good because you could probably go online and they used to have some announcements like comic book wise. They would say that, oh, big storylines coming out of WonderCon. They don't really do that anymore. So you're not really missing any huge announcements coming out of one. Not like Comic-Con where every day there's just these crazy announcements. So it's really chill, really relaxed. So if you like Jesse said, if you want to go and test the waters for a con you've never been, check out WonderCon, and it's relatively painless. So, and if you really want to get to the big show, this is a good way to check it out first.
Or if you can afford it.
Yeah. if this is your big con of the year, then hey, that's cool too, because it's a lot of fun. But I think that's it for me for WonderCon, guys. Anything else you guys wanted to ask about?
So are they did they announce anything for next year, or is it too early?
It's too early. It's too early. Yeah, I don't even think they have the dates. Oh, but there was a big announcement out there for all you comic book nerds. It was today. Marvel announced at 9 a.m. that the Fantastic Four comic is back, and it'll be launching again this year in August. I don't know. I'm a big Fantastic Four fan, so I'm pretty happy that they're coming back. Totally has to do because of Marvel, Disney buying Fox and getting the rights back to the movies. It's the only reason why they're bringing the Fantastic Four back, but I'm pretty happy. I don't know if...
I hope they create a good ground story in the comics, so that way it sets for a new good movie, so that they can build off that. Because, they need to come up with a really good Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, and they will down the road.
And mostly because, that way they can add this into the cinematic, list down the line, because they're obviously going to stop. They killed Iron Man. They're probably not going to do another Iron Man. They're probably going to kill Captain America soon. They're probably only going to show on the Avengers type stuff. So they're going to have to come up with new characters. And I would love to go and see like 1, 2, 3 versions of a Fantastic Four storyline.
Yeah. It'd be great. We talked about this before. If like Spider-Man 3 is the introduction of Fantastic Four, that would be cool. Since him and the Fantastic Four are so intertwined, close together in the comics. You can do something like that. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, because of Fox owning the movie rights, Marvel decided to de-emphasize both the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. So Fantastic Four, they just canceled their comics straight outright, and then with the X-Men comics, they kind of didn't cancel in their comics because X-Men still sells pretty well, but they started emphasizing the Inhumans way more, and that didn't work because the Inhumans are cool, but they're not the X-Men. Like, come on, there's no comparison there. The X-Men are way cooler than the Inhumans.
Hey, I just saw a comic come through the library, which looked interesting. I didn't pick it up, but it's called X-Men Blue.
Yes.
And it's kind of cool because it's the X-Men in the future, but they were transported in the past, but they're young kids.
Yes.
And somehow the one I looked at, there's Venom in it. So, because that's what attracted my attention. There was Venom on the front cover with the X-Men, young X-Men. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, so like 5 years ago, I want to say, Beast went back in time and he brought the young X-Men to the future. The original 5, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Angel, Iceman, and then himself. and they got stuck. He couldn't send them back. So the young X-Men are now stuck in the present. And they've been having adventures and stuff with the other X-Men. And then this past year, they split them up and they put X-Men Blue and X-Men Gold. And the X-Men Blue team is them, and they're being mentored by Magneto. And then X-Men Gold is like the adult ones, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Shadowcat, Storm, Old Man Logan. That's the X-Men Gold team. So yeah, they've been doing that for about a year now. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Jesse.
Yeah, like I said, just I saw the cover, and the cover art was bomb.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. It's really cool. And then they just started up a new one, X-Men Red, and that was Jean Grey, the return of Jean Grey, and that's her team.
And then they're gonna have X-Men White with Emma Frost. Like, how many colors can we do?
Yeah. So today that was pretty cool. Because yesterday the Marvel just put a little teaser out on Twitter. I think tomorrow 9 a.m. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Or noon Eastern, freaking punk ass New York. And I was like, what can it be? What can it be? And at 9 a.m. boom, it was the Fantastic Four are back. They'll be back. I think the comic starts in August. So I was like, yeah, I'm nerding out. Yeah, that's one of my, I've been reading them for over 20 years. So it was good to see them back. And I was kind of wondering, I'm like, why didn't they announce this at WonderCon last week, like at a panel, Yeah, Marvel, what's next for Marvel or something. But I guess they decided to just hold off and announce it on Twitter.
Maybe they weren't finalizing something.
Maybe they were trying to lock down some contracts.
That's obviously something that will come out at a con, and that would have came out faster on Twitter than, because everyone during this weekend or that weekend is like paying attention to the Twitter feeds and to the Instagrams and stuff like that too. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, like you said, marketing wise, there must have been a reason. Like they must have not had it official or something. Yeah, maybe they're trying to lock down like the writer or something. Yeah. Because he did say, the editor-in-chief did say that they've been trying to work on this for a while. So I'm assuming as soon as that deal went down with Disney and Fox, I'm assuming that's when they were like, okay, let's get this comic back going. They only killed it because they didn't like the movie. Yeah, they didn't want to give Fox any. They didn't want to help them out in any way. They didn't want to make like a bomb story and then Fox take it for a movie. They were like, nope, we're just not going to do it. So they're on their own. But now that's going back to the Marvels, it went back to Marvel. They're like, cool, bring them back, put their comic, X-Men comics, put them back to the front, get those Inhumans out of here. And there is a comic coming out called Death of the Inhumans. So, and it's gonna say ABC. Yeah, never to be seen again. I'm still waiting, Jesse. I'm waiting for Comic-Con for you to just blast them about Inhumans. Yes, for those people out there listening, he has offered me money to go ahead and go to the panel of the Inhumans, or not even the Inhumans, whatever the next... whatever the TV one is. Yeah, whatever the TV is one, and just ask them a question. It's like, why? What the fuck did you do with the Inhumans? And it's stupid because, I mean, like, I don't know if you're still keeping up with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is still doing good. I kind of like it. Cloak and Dagger is supposed to be coming out soon. I think maybe this week or something. Yeah, I think it's out. Yeah, I think it's out this week. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try to check that out. Runaways was okay. It was a little teenager, but it was still okay. Inhumans just sucked. and people I know is like, they say they only kept watching it up to the second or third episode. I tried giving them the benefit of the doubt and watched the whole season. Yeah, so did I. So that just tells you how much fans we were, because we thought maybe it'll be worth it, and it just didn't work. Even the ending just sucked, and I was like, really? Yeah, my roommate was like, hey, so did they ever fix Medusa's hair? He's like, I saw it was really cheesy looking. I'm like, dude, they shaved it off. And he's like, get out of here. And I went, oh yeah. He's like, what a bunch of bullshit. I go, that's how they handled the problem. Just shave her head off. It's like, we're nerds, not gullible. Yeah. We understand that you didn't want to waste the money on CGI for fucking episodes, but don't come up with a crappy story. I mean, all that money that you spent on the cinematography, you could have spent it on the writers. Yeah, all that money for IMAX, which was not needed. Yeah, and all that, I mean, you should have just gotten the writers from the comics. Obviously, the comics are doing good. And this is a lesson that, DC needs to learn too. Your DC animation is fucking great. Why don't you hire some of those writers to make your movies? Because they're obviously doing better. They have a better batting record. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Well, we got Infinity War coming, so we're gonna be in a few weeks. DC we don't have to worry about for a while. So.
Oh yeah, then we gotta watch Deadpool 2 after that.
Yeah. I mean, Aquaman's coming, but I don't know when. I think it's the end of the year, so that's fine. I don't want to worry about them anymore. Infinity War's coming, Deadpool 2's coming, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah, so I have already pre-ordered my ticket for Infinity War at the Metreon at the IMAX 3D, and the show's at 8:30 in the morning on Saturday.
Dang.
Yep, I'm seeing it on Sunday, and it's in the morning too. But I can't remember if we were gonna go for the 40X or not. But yeah, we're gonna go see it on Sunday.
I'm gonna see it on. I bought my tickets. I'll be seeing it on Thursday at.
Oh, you just got the day releases.
Yeah. So Thursday at 10:30. Then it's when that day, the same day is the NFL draft. So I'm gonna watch the draft, and then as soon as that ends, I'm gonna book it and head it to my brother's. And there's the AMC. We're gonna see the Dolby Cinema, IMAX, whatever theater, super theater and stuff with the reclining chairs and everything. So yeah, so it looks like us nerds already got it unlocked.
Yeah. And mostly when you heard that Black Panther sold out like in hours or whatever in record time.
Yeah.
I knew we weren't going to go and get our tickets for Infinity War. Come on.
So, John, I asked you this before, but this one is filmed in like real IMAX, right?
Yeah, like big portions of it, if not the whole thing.
Was it Thor also done in that format?
No, I don't think Thor was. Well, you know, I think some of Thor. I think some of the battle scenes.
Okay, because I don't know why I heard that it was parts of it was, but
yeah, the last movie that I know of that was filmed in IMAX was Dunkirk. Unless there was other ones after that.
I think that's it. Yeah, because Christopher Nolan always does IMAX. But yeah, I think it's 3 weeks? No, 4 weeks now. So we're all excited. We'll definitely be doing a pod for that one. But as for this pod, I think that's it. I think we're good. Anything else you guys want to throw in, guys?
Go get your ticket.
Yeah, get your ticket, and I want to, just do a quick plug on that video that I put together as an experiment on our channel. If you're a fan of playing Monster Hunter, then check it out. Check out the review and let me know what you guys think. So, John, you checked it out, right?
Yeah, I did. It was good. I thought your review was really, really well done, real and thorough. It was a real thorough review. So I never played it, but listening to your review, I knew what was going on and stuff. So it was pretty good. We're still figuring out the tech part of it to get some gameplay footage in there. But other than that, I thought it was a good start. So yeah, everyone check it out.
What game is this?
Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
So now I have a reason to play another game so we can record some gameplay stuff.
Yeah.
For tech support.
All right, guys, that's it for us. We'll see you all next time.